Coming up on Win News, plans to modernise Calvary Hospital, why Sir Winston Churchill's grandson was in Canberra, and Tanya has the weather from the Abba Festival in Trundle.
Across Canberra and its surrounding regions, this is Win News.
Tonight, the coroner hands down her findings into the death of Tad Karsai. ACT Health reassures Canberrans the Centenary Hospital is safe. And a tiny statue of Sir Winston Churchill unveiled in Canberra. Good evening, I'm Geoff Phillips. Also coming up tonight, Apollo 16 astronaut Charlie Duke pays a visit to Canberra. The family of a Canberra man who died after absconding from Calvary and Bruce has criticised the hospital's risk management processes used to identify patients who pose a flight risk. The damning appraisal came as the coroner delivered her 24-page findings into his death.
A nearly 2.5-year pursuit of answers, accountability and change today delivered Tad Karsai's family and supporters some relief.
We hope the findings and recommendations from the coroner will continue to build on improvements that have already been done.
More than $160,000 has been raised for the Tathra community as part of the Vinnie's Tathra bushfire appeal. Just over $132,000 came from within the Canberra-Goulburn region, $22,000 from Vinnie's New South Wales and $5,000 from Tasmania. The funding will help provide vital assistance as the community rebuilds. The city's health officials are bracing for the winter flu season, fearing the number of cases could even trump the record set in 2017. They're urging Canberrans to take every precaution and get vaccinated, warning the illness can even prove deadly.
A shot in the arm for our city's vaccination rates, with the Health Minister setting the example this flu season.
A bronze sculpture of Winston Churchill has been formally presented to local developer Geoff at its West Block site. It will help commemorate the building's unique wartime history.
It's been unloved for many years, but this 1920s building holds a wealth of history. It was home to a correspondence bunker where encrypted cables were exchanged between the Australian and British governments during World War II.
Still ahead on Win News, a special visit for some young kids doing it tough in hospital, and a tiny country town overrun by Abba fans for its biggest day of the year. Students in regional Australia will continue to have access to Questacon's Smart Skills Workshop, with the centre today renewing its partnership with Samsung. The program ensures rural and regional students can develop STEM skills that will help them in the future.
It may look like fun and games, but Questacon's renewed partnership with Samsung Australia means more kids across the country have the same access to quality STEM education.
Tanya Dendrinos joins us now from the town of Trundle in the state's central west, which is preparing for its population to soar overnight, all to the sound of Abba. Tanya?
Hi Geoff, yes, Trundle is playing host to its 7th annual Abba Festival, and there's an extra layer of excitement this year after the Swedish pop group recently announced it would be releasing new music for the first time in 35 years. Here's a look at today's preparations. There was an air of calm across Trundle this morning, but as the day went on, more and more carloads rolled in and excitement started to build. Geoff, Rhonda Birchmore is currently wowing the crowd, and I'll be back a little later with today's weather.
Win TV's own Super Trooper. National Starlight Day has this year coincided with May the 4th, providing plenty of opportunity for Canberrans to have a bit of fun and raise vital funds for the Starlight Foundation. Children at Guardian Early Learning Centre in Bruce dressed up as their favourite Star Wars character and had a cake stall to raise money for the charity. Amy has Friday Sport, and the Raiders happy to win ugly to get the points against the Titans.
That is right, Geoff. Jared Croker says it doesn't matter how they win as long as they do. Plus, some of Australia's Commonwealth Games stars make a special appearance at Amaru School. In sport, after a horror start to the season, a win tomorrow afternoon against the Gold Coast Titans will leave the Raiders knocking on the door of the NRL top 8. The Titans stole a win from under the Green Machine's nose back in round 1, a loss that's now long forgotten.
You don't sort of look back on those ones too much. I mean, you get caught up with the way both sides played then. We're both different sides.
Two Tuggan juniors are set to face off in tomorrow's A-League Grand Final in Newcastle. Carl Valeri will wear the captain's armband for the Melbourne victory, while Nikolai Topper-Stanley will have a big home crowd behind him when he lines up for the Newcastle Jets. The two sides have met 3 times this season, with Newcastle claiming the honours twice. Kick-off is at 7:50. The Canberra Braves hopeful a big home crowd will inspire it to continue its unbeaten start to the Australian Ice Hockey League season. The Braves coming off the back of an upset win over the Newcastle North Stars and will be looking to repeat the effort tomorrow night.
3 weeks ago, Matt Hewitt stepped off a plane from Canada and on to the Canberra Brave ice rink.
And that is tonight's sport, Geoff.
Have yourself a good weekend.
You too.
OK, weather is next with Tanya, and she's got all the details from the Abba Festival in Trundle.
Hello again. Trundle awoke to some welcome rain, but it didn't last long. Cool winds whipped throughout the day, but there were also some glimpses of sun. The cool temperatures will continue, but the good news for festival goers is that there is sunshine forecast for tomorrow. It's time to take a look at your weather. Winds hit a whopping 80 kilometres an hour at Bega today, while Thredbo Top Station recorded wind gusts up to 117 kilometres an hour overnight. There was some welcome rain in parts of the region overnight as well. Heaviest falls about the Snowy Mountains, and falling as snow at times, 66 millimetres recorded at Thredbo to 9 a.m, and the showers did continue today. Temperatures felt much cooler than the mercury let on in Goulburn, with its warmest apparent temperature just 7 degrees. These conditions saw a sheep grazier's warning in place for parts of the region today. On the satellite, a cold front over eastern New South Wales, accompanied by windy conditions, will continue moving east tonight before exiting the northeast corner of the state early tomorrow. On the synoptic, a new high is expected to move across from the west over the weekend, promoting a return to dry and generally calm weather. The high is forecast to be out over the Tasman Sea by Monday. Taking a look at the forecast for the south coast, sunny with light winds pushing about tomorrow. Further inland to the Snowy Mountains, mostly sunny tomorrow with some areas of morning frost, and there'll be fog and areas of morning frost about the ACT as well before a sunny afternoon. For Canberra, a chilly start ahead, but followed by sunshine. And taking a look at the days ahead, Canberra is expecting some morning frost with sunshine to follow. Chance of another shower later next week. Geoff, that's weather. It's time for this dancing queen to get back amongst the action.
I hear the drums, Fernando. Before we go, recapping our top stories, ACT Health has moved to assure Canberrans the Centenary Hospital is a safe and modern facility that provides quality care. It comes a week after an anonymous letter claimed lives were being put at risk. A bronze sculpture of Winston Churchill has been formally presented to local developer Geoff at its West Block site. And the youngest man to have walked on the moon has paid a visit to Canberra. Charlie Duke stopped by UNSW Canberra today, throwing his support behind an ACT bid to host a national space agency. And that is Win News. May the 4th be with you. We leave you tonight with some of the sights and sounds of Star Wars Day in the nation's capital. I'm Geoff Phillips. Have a safe, enjoyable weekend. Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation. Win News, Regional Australia's #1 news source.